Okay, wait for some people to get in here. If they get in here. Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up? So I got one person. I'll start. So here's the thing. SB25-003 literally just passed. Yeah, me too. Me too. It literally just passed the Senate. This is the last step before it goes to Governor Polis's desk. We all know it's unconstitutional. These asshats there in the Senate that support the bill, they're gonna sit there and lie and lie and lie and lie. And of course, the prime sponsor of the bill, Tom Sullivan, continues to use his son's blood to say that this is all about safety and all about a magazine ban and all this other stuff. But I have some thoughts. Tom Sullivan was actually instrumental in stopping last year's assault weapons ban. But this year he is a prime sponsor on this thing. So it begs the question: is he getting paid? And is he using his son's blood to using his son's blood in order to get paid, if that makes sense? I'm pretty interested in that, but I don't know if I'll ever know the answer. But at the end of the day, it just passed the Senate again, and it goes to Governor Polis's desk, so Polis can sit on it and let it become. Hold on, what does it say? I bet Bloomberg sent him money like they sent him the bill. Yep, probably. That's my assumption here. I think the bill probably. Bloomberg's got a lot of money, so I wouldn't put it past them to pay every single one of the Democrats off to pass this thing. So I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Funny, when you have money, you can do some stuff like that. But anyway, so now it goes to Governor Polis's desk, so he can sit on it and let it just become law, which that is wild that Colorado does that. I don't know why that is, but anyway, he can just sit on it, let it become law, or he can actually sign it to become law or veto it. If he sits on it to become law or he signs it to become law, and if he has presidential aspirations, then I don't know if that's going to be. I don't think that's going to bode well for him, especially since most of the country is pro 2A, pro gun, pro self defense. But then he has other states that are just as bad. So California is 1/10 of the population in the United States. And obviously you have New York, which is another large state. I think it's third largest in population. I can't remember, or maybe second largest. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to think about. Obviously, it's going to get challenged, and hopefully it's challenged on a constitutional basis, and we can get it done that way. Otherwise, if it's not challenged on a constitutional basis, meaning the Second Amendment, and it's not smacked down on a constitutional basis, I fear that we will continue to have garbage like this come from our Colorado General Assembly. I'm pretty upset, but I didn't expect anything. I would be excited, obviously, if it failed, but I didn't expect it to fail. I expected it to pass just because there's so many there. Only way you can even have a chance. I couldn't read it. Your message disappeared. I don't know what kind of chance he has for presidential things. The big problem is, the pendulum swings back and forth. So now that we have President Trump and his cabinet one way, it could swing completely the other way, when it comes time. I think, 2028. or whatever. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a bridge too far for me to even think about. But at the end of the day, go and buy your lower receivers. That's all I can say. Buy the shit out of some lower receivers. Because the lower receiver, like in that firearm back there, is the firearm, right? So buy your lower receivers so you can save some money, at least in an interim, and then later on go and buy your uppers. I think I'm going to go and purchase the Smith & Wesson PCC. I've been wanting to buy that for some time. I think it's probably time to go ahead and buy that now. Especially before the 6.5 excise tax comes into effect. So I was watching Big Timber Lodge, most of that. I had a customer today, and I can't remember the name. I think it's Nick. Nick is the name, I believe. Man, he got really pissed there at the end. I feel his passion. It's good. It's great. It's great stuff. Good stuff. So, shout out to Big Timber. Maybe him and I can collaborate one day. But man, this thing went through, I think it was 4 committees. It went through 4 committees, and not one of those committees, I don't even think, came close to striking it down, because the Democrats have such a majority. It's so ridiculous. The state is going down the tubes. That's for damn sure, with just about everything. So, man, I don't know what to do about this. So if you're just entering, SB25-003 just passed. So that's what this video is all about. I'm just kind of rambling at the camera because I'm pissed, and I wish people would wake up. So I'm trying to do what I can to make people. Statue of Liberty crying. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not only Statue of Liberty. So here's my thing, man. Anything that comes out of the city of Denver, or let's say the city of Chicago, or the city of New York, or anything like that, it's all garbage. Let's look at the Utes here in Colorado specifically. They got pushed out of their land by people from Denver. They got pushed out of the land and kept pushing. And that's exactly what that's happening now, but this time it's in the form of restricting your right. They're going to keep pushing until there's no more right left, or at least you cannot afford the damn thing. So that's what this is all about. If you can't afford it, then you can't exercise your right, and then therefore ultimately the right is null and void. That is the end state. That's what they want. That is their goal. Bloomberg is obviously partially responsible, at least partially, maybe fully responsible, but obviously you have like Soros and then Everytown and all these other organizations that are well funded to restrict the right of the American people. And there's no doubt in my mind that Colorado is another foothold, let's call it, for these anti-gun people. They already have California for sure. They already have New York for sure. They already have Illinois for sure. They already have Hawaii for sure. They have all these states, and they are going to try to get every state that has a lot of people and has a lot of liberals, because they know that generally speaking, liberals are the ones who are going to vote to strip their own damn rights away. They're going to try to use these liberals for a domino effect. So Colorado is in the crosshair right now. As we speak, this is where we are. We are in the crosshair of all the anti-gun advocates, unfortunately, because we have so many things here in Colorado that are great. We have a bunch of skiing. We have a bunch of outdoor recreation. We have a great state. right? So a lot of people want to come here, and unfortunately, that attracts a lot of liberals. And if liberals are going to be here and then they're going to vote against their own damn rights, gun rights, and so on and so forth, then this is the state that they have the crosshair on, unfortunately. And they're making progress. How do we stop the progress? I don't know. The Republicans up there in the Colorado General Assembly fought well. They fought hard. They ended up losing the battle in this case. Hopefully, the fight will continue through next year. If Polis signs this damn thing or allows it to just become law, it's pretty wild. What I want to know is is how many people during each of the public testimonies signed up in favor and signed up against in each of the public testimonies, because these people, they claim that their constituents want this bill. That's what they claim. But the people who were at these hearings, the opposition of this bill far outweighed the support. So I want to know how many people and from which counties and districts signed up in opposition and in support of this bill, because I think these fuckers are lying. I think these Democrats that claim that their constituents want this bill, I think they're lying out of their ass. Yeah, exactly. At least 4-1. It's probably more than that, honestly. It was probably, I know I went to one of them. I was able to go to one of them, and man, they ran out of people in support early. They really ran out of people in support early. And then I watched another that intermittently, because I was working, and they ran out of support. They only had, I think they had 1 or 2 panels of 4 people in support, and the rest was against. So I think they're lying out of their ass is what I think they're doing. They're just saying, oh, my constituents, blah blah blah, my constituents, and they're not really showing you the proof. They're just saying that, right? They're just saying, well, my constituents want this, so on and so forth. My wife is looking at me right now. We're about to go to the pool, so I think I got to get going. I'm pretty pissed. I'm going to continue to follow this. You guys stay tuned. Hopefully, Polis vetoes this damn thing, because it's going to cost the state a whole hell of a lot of money. And it's probably going to cost the state a whole hell of a lot of patriots, too. I know there's some people moving out of this state just because of this bill. I'm sure there's a shit ton of that. So, how's that? How's what? Oh, this is what nobody. I don't know who nobody is, but that's the name of the handle. That I'm not saying nobody is nobody. I'm saying anyway. Anyway, I want to keep rambling, but I got to get going. We gotta get a workout. So life doesn't stop because people are trampling on our rights. So. Well, I beg to differ. You know, the Colorado, the federal Constitution is part of the entire law. So I think it is a good right to go down and to fight against this with the Second Amendment, especially all the way to the Supreme Court, when the Supreme Court almost certainly will strike it down if they take cert. If they don't take cert, then like it is what it is. But they got to take cert. But anyway, you guys tack out. Love you. Bye.